Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the Creator and the ancestors as always. What I want to talk about today is this Black Power awards or whatever, whatever you want to call it. I'm excuse me, gravely disappointed at that bullshit. Because to me, it appears that it's just some type of intellectual masturbation convention, so to speak. And then the real, what the real fucked up part is that the real pioneers, the brothers and sisters that have been putting it down, that have paved the way in so many ways for an event like this to even take place, weren't even invited, weren't even nominated, for the most part. And I just, like Sarah Sugasetti, who, number one, prior to SETI coming on the scene, nobody basically was making any videos. I didn't see anybody doing any videos, anybody doing any lectures, aside from the elders, Phil Valentine, Professor James Smalls, Leonard Jeffries, Bobby Hemmett, Delbert Blair, Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, and Brother Booker T. Coleman. But prior to that, Sarah Suit Seti was the one who created and developed this foundation of a Black Power format, and not only just invented it, but he personified it. He reached thousands and thousands of our brothers and sisters, and then everybody wanted to be. Then next thing you know, everybody started making these fucking videos, posting these videos and lectures and all this shit up, and he wasn't even invited. He should have had an honorary award. Number two, Brother Sarnetta, who, just to qualify myself, because I'm not, I haven't just come out from off the porch, the year before last and all that old shit, 06 and 05. I've been in consciousness since '89. And I first met Sarnetta in 1990, 91, buying VHS tapes. And that's to let you know how far this brother goes back. He wasn't even nominated. Brother Tariq Nasheed, who created 4 hidden color DVD documentaries, which is largely responsible as well for the enlightenment and the consciousness of thousands of our people, and primarily our youth. Primarily the adults, for that matter. Dr. Umar Johnson, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, in which he calls himself, which I believe he rightfully earns that, has earned that title, who has brought thousands into the fold of black consciousness. He wasn't, nominated or whatever. Brother Darren Muhammad, Brother Jabari from Reality Speaks, and just, Baba Dick Gregory, and, and many others that have been putting it down. Brother Dawa Israel out of Chicago, even Shaka Sankofa of the Street Law Soldiers. Brothers that have been putting work in for the longest, and the people that I saw that they were choosing, it was just some, it was just some shit, man. You know, people I never even heard of. And all of these, these soft-spoken intellectual masturbators. And that just lets me know, that just confirms that, our people in this so-called conscious community are not willing to stand up and fight this motherfucking cracker. That's all that confirms. Because, everything, all this shit was just based on who can be the most soft-spoken and who has the highest intellect and who can intellectually masturbate the most eloquently without putting in no fucking work, without helping anybody. They didn't even have a Darren Seals Award, for a Fallen Comrade Award, the Steve Coakley Award, a Dr. Khalid Muhammad Award. Here you had Malik Zulu Shabazz being a nominee, but they just finished beating the shit out of the elder Daruba Ben Wahad. It's just, that was just a whole bunch of fuckery and a whole bunch of hating and a whole bunch of scared motherfuckers that's not willing to put no motherfucking work in, that think they're gonna be able to hand this cracker a fucking book, to get our liberations. Liberation is not gonna come in no book. It's not gonna come through no fucking salat. It's not gonna come through no libation. It's not gonna come through, none of that intellectual shit. It's gonna come through physical motherfucking war, physical warfare, and the loss of life. And I know that, a lot of y'all are in your feelings about it, because I'm right. I'm right with what the fuck I'm saying. And if you want to know, when you got a pack of dogs, when you throw the rock, the one that make the one that screams is the one that's fucking hit. So I know that I'm touching some nerve on you motherfucking intellectual, sissified ass motherfuckers. I know it's hitting the nerve. You know what I'm saying? But which I don't give a fuck, because like I said, I'm not into no fucking awards, but I'm just saying, give people their props. We always talk about, working together as a unit. It was just a whole. It was just apparent, and it was just evident that it was just a lot of hate and a lot of jealousy. And it was just a lot of fuckery and a lot of coonism and a lot of niggerism, because it's that shit wasn't no different than the fucking Source Awards or the BET Awards. It was no different. Where the real is not displayed. And it was just a whole bunch of the intellectual masturbators convention. That's what I call it. And whoever don't like it, I don't give a fuck. It's just that simple. But another thing that I wanted to discuss is how we can work as a unit, during these especially during these winter months, in terms of helping our brothers and sisters. Because right now, I need all the help I can get. I need all the clothing and shoe donations and coats and blankets that I can get. So if you have anything to donate, and if you're in the DMV area, or if you ever visit Washington D.C. or happen just to pop up or know somebody in Washington D.C. or relative or whatever, and they would like to donate, to help some of our brothers and sisters have a coat, have some fresh socks, or pair of shoes, or a blanket, some gloves, a hat or something during these winter months, because across the United States, it'll be over 33 thousand of our brothers and sisters, you know, that will lose their life, you know, based on the weather, based on the winter months, you know, being that will freeze to death literally, you know. So we're trying to, you know, and that's what we do, the Street Law Soldiers. One of our primary goals and one of our primary purposes is to, you know, provide food, clothing, and shelter, drug treatment, you know, and you know, transitional housing. You know, we're working on that for our brothers and sisters that are returning back to society from these concentration camps, so they can have something to plug into besides going back to the old neighborhood, going back to the old behaviors, going back to the old way of thinking, and then being a part of that recidivism rate. And within 6 months, you know, either have violated their parole or probation, or either have caught a new charge. So, you know, prison reform is something that really has to be focused on, because we have, you know, over 2 million of our, you know, gods and goddesses, you know, that are behind enemy lines right now. So we need to, you know, try to get together so we can, you know, embrace these brothers and sisters, you know, and catch them while they're still strong, while they're healthy, you know, while they're functioning on a high frequency, you know, while their energy level is high, while their chakras, they're functioning on their God chakras. So, you know, contact the Street Law Soldiers. You can contact Shaka Sankofa, Nana Sankofa through Facebook or YouTube, you know, and give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to, you know, use your services. Also, you know, once again, to get back on that black power shit, you know, and those are type, and you know, and I heard that you know, people that were invited had to wear dashiki and all this bullshit, and you know, and you know, shit like that, because it sounds like the NAACP awards, you know, and I'm willing to bet most of them motherfuckers that received awards will have a Thanksgiving, will eat Thanksgiving.
Anna, so today I'm working.
Yeah, see those type of people, man. You know, those motherfuckers probably will going somewhere and have Thanksgiving dinner, you know, and stand around the table, you know, and honor the extermination of their African native ancestors with a dashiki on, eating fucking turkey, cornbread, and all this bullshit, you know, because that was some fake shit, you know, that was some fake ass shit, you know, but we need to really work on, you know, stop worrying about this Trump shit, you know, and go ahead and work on, you know, uniting with the real G's, the real brothers and sisters that are putting it down. You know, I don't have time to work with nobody that's not willing to get out here and be hands-on in these fucking streets, because you writing a motherfucking book and all that old motherfucking faggy shit. I don't have time for that. You know, you doing documentaries, and you know, you charging all this money to do lectures and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? All you doing is spitting out, you know, recycled motherfucking information. It's nothing new. It's nothing new that you motherfuckers have to bring to the table. You know, but the brothers and sisters, you know, that are out here, the street G's, you know, that are really putting it down. And also, I failed to mention, you know, blue pill and red pill. You know, they deserve. Those brothers have been putting in some work too for a minute. You know, and if I didn't mention you, and you know that you a real G, that you've been putting it down in the street, and you're connected into that particular level of villagehood, you know, that part of the African warriorhood, then, you know, charge it to my head, you know what I'm saying? But You know, I want to give shout out to all the G's and all the brothers and sisters that really, you know, have put down some serious work over the years. You know, and you know, you know, work with children. Like I told, like you all know, you know, you know, the street law soldiers. You know, we work with the at-risk youth. You know, unfortunately, we had a couple of our young guards, you know, that were murdered. The next funeral, homegoing service is Friday, and you know, this brother, 14 years old, you know, lost his life, you know, to the disease of self-hatred. You know, the disease of self-hatred, you know, in which we really gonna have to work on in order for us to move to the next level. Now, it was something else that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. Give me a moment. Yeah, so you know, once again, I was about to bring up the subject about this THANKSTAKIng shit. You know, tomorrow, which is THANKSTAKIng, because a lot of y'all, for real, you know, secretly, you're gonna go and you're gonna break bread, and you're gonna whether it's indirectly or directly, you're gonna honor the slaughter and extermination of our African native ancestors here on these shores, you know, of the United States. You know, but then Friday, you know, you'll throw back on, you know, your dashiki, you throw back on all your African, your unks and all that shit. You put that back on tomorrow, you know, and act as if you actually didn't, you know, you bucked against this motherfucking crackers holiday, you know. But my thing is, don't lie about it, don't fake about it. You know, if you still struggling and you so accustomed to dealing with that shit, you know, just be honest about it. Don't sit up here and fake and lie and all that bullshit. You know, like I said earlier, you know, a lot of them people that's at that Black Power wars or whatever that shit was, you know, a lot of them gonna break bread, you know, with the dashikis on holding hands, you know, asking Jesus and shit, you know, to bless them, you know, because, you know, based on how that whole process took place, you know, it sounds like a whole bunch of Christians, you know, hooked that shit up, you know. And the thing that tripped me out, it was a lot of people I never even knew existed. You know, where the fuck these motherfuckers come from? You know, I mean, you know, it was just, you know, it was just some fucked up shit. It was really fucked up, you know. But you know, once again, like I said, be honest about it. If you still struggling with that, you know, THANKSTAKIng and all that shit, you know. But what makes me stand tall, and I've been standing tall for years, you know, people that know me know I stand tall with mine, and I'm not gonna lie about it. You know, is that I think about, you know, Brother Steve Coakley when he, you know, was the assistant to Mayor Harold Washington in Chicago, you know, when he boycotted and protested, you know, Columbus Day and THANKSTAKIng. You know, he was about to do THANKSTAKIng as well, but he was fired. You know, nobody stood behind him, but yet, you know, everybody rolled with him, you know, but nobody rolled for him. You know, so, you know, I think about people like that who have given their entire lives, you know, committed their entire life, you know, to the liberation and salvation of the black nation, you know, without being commercial, you know, without trying to formalize it, you know, just being straight up a fucking G about this shit, you know. And that's why the cracker don't respect us, because you motherfucking niggas, you know, you got that fuckery with you, and you're fucking weak. You know, you're spineless, you jello pudding spine motherfuckers. You know, Nestle's quick
Chloe
drinking
loves her Nintendo
faggots.
3DS, especially.
You know, and you know, and that's why, you know, this crackers, he disrespects us and murders us at any time he feels like it. You know, and now that you know, Donald Trump is in office, these crackers have been given the green light to do whatever, and we're gonna see how much you're gonna stand up. You know, once again, you know, we already know that the protesting and marching up there in the motherfucking street is a useless fucking tactic. It's useless. The only strategy that will work, is taking the head off of this motherfucking cracker. No other strategy. We've tried everything. You know, so, you know, personally, I'm not going to engage in any of that other shit unless it involves the taking of the head off this motherfucking cracker. You know, so, you know, and, you know, it appears that a lot of these queens, you know, and especially on Facebook, I've seen a lot of these queens stepping up, you know, and trying to find their way. And a lot of them are looking for direction from some of these gods, you know, which are very few. I found that out because everybody that yells Black Power and Hotep, you know, they're not for real. You know, they don't mean it at all, you know. And it appears that this black liberation, you know, and this black consciousness has beginning to become a fad. You know, I wouldn't be surprised next year if Walmart, you know, had was selling Ankh plates and, you know, Ankh big wheels and all that shit. You know, I would not be surprised based on the way some of you motherfuckers, you know, with their compromising motherfucking mentality, you know, with that Black Lives Matter, that All Lives Matter, you know, and that the European is our friend and all that bullshit. You know, we're never gonna cross the threshold of liberation until we deal with this shit once and for all. Once again, we've tried everything. None of that shit doesn't work. You know, and we have to stop spending time, you know, wasting time debating all day. You know, sometimes it's good when you have somebody who is you know, someone who is just straight up an agent or counterproductive and trying to, you know, bring down the Black Power movement. Then yeah, debates are good. Debates are excellent for the purpose of crushing that particular individual or that particular group of people or that particular organization. You know, but just to make a living out of doing that shit, that's just another hustle at the expense of black people, of our people, of the downtrodden. You know, just like Brother Polite. You know, now he's saying that black people are animals and all this bullshit. But when he was taking thousands from the struggling black so-called conscious community, and when he was supposed to be assisting people, you know, and people put their trust in all in him, you know, giving him their savings, and he fucked them around, and then he says that he don't want to be around them now. You know, he'd rather live out there with the devil. You know, but when he come back on 125th, you know, he holler this Black Power shit. You know, you know, Black Power is he doesn't have a drop of Black Power in his motherfucking DNA at all. At all. He's just another motherfucking hustler. He's just the Floyd Mayweather of black, so-called black consciousness. You know. And then a lot of y'all kiss these brothers' asses, you know, because they got a little bit of paper. I'd rather not have nothing and be a fucking G and go down in history as helping liberating my people than to sit back and have all this motherfucking bread and living a lavish lifestyle. Because none of our ancestors in history, you can go to Malcolm, Martin, Elijah, none of them lived lavish lifestyles because they were for the liberation of their people. And they could have easily lived lavish lifestyles. But they chose not to do that because they love their people more than they love materialism. You know, now I see a lot of brothers, you know, talking that shit, you know, I got this and, you know, I got all this money and, you know, black liberation ain't gonna help. Let's just get paper. Paper is just paper, you know. What are you doing to help your people? You know, I get sick of some of you motherfuckers. All y'all do is think that a nice car, some outfits, and and just having some money, put you on top of all the rest of the slaves. You know, at the end of the day, when the police pull you over too, you know, he's not looking at your bank account. He's ready to put a bullet in your black ass, just like he would do the brother with nothing. And so that's why I like to deal with the downtrodden. I like to deal with the underdogs. I like to deal with the people that have been counted out. You know. But the real G's that are putting in work, those are the ones. It's just like this State of the Black Union, where they call the same people, same motherfucking people, every year. Tavis Smiley, Cornel West, Eric Michael Dyson, the same people every motherfucking year, because they know what they're gonna say. They're not gonna rock the boat. They're not gonna say nothing to liberate the people. They're gonna keep on, keep our people, keep our brothers and sisters sedated with this bullshit, with this go along to get along shit. But look at Eric Michael Dyson. You used Tupac. You wrote the book about Tupac. But yet, write the book on when you got caught at the airport with all them motherfucking rubber dicks in your briefcase, in your suitcase. And you, Tavis Smiley, Cornel West, and all y'all stayed in the same motherfucking hotel room. Write a book on what went on in them motherfucking hotel rooms when y'all did that documentary. You know what I'm saying? So, we need a forum where we need a forum and some type of summit where we're gonna have some real fucking G's. Cause I like to hear real shit. I don't like to hear that bullshit. I don't like to hear all that old fluffy ass motherfucking, fluffy lapel wearing shit, man. I don't like to hear that shit, man. Now you motherfuckers then got, you the motherfuckers then got so bougie and boule where, we fighting for liberation, but you don't want to hear any cuss. The language is just so, it's so vile. The language that Shaka Sankofa uses is so vile. Nigga, kiss my motherfucking ass. Violet. When did you, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened to some of you motherfuckers, man? Somebody smack you in your head with a gay stick or something, man? Come on, man. Come on back to reality, man. And let's get down and let's fight this motherfucking cracker, man. Y'all let these, you know, we gotta take the head off this albinoid devil. And those of you who keep on whining about that Donald Trump shit, you're not scared of Donald Trump, motherfucker. You're scared of all white motherfuckers. You're scared of all devils. You're scared of all albinoid motherfucking demons, man. You're not just scared of no one, man. No wig wearing motherfucking overweight, you know, jelly butt ass motherfucking, you know, non-melanated recessive gene, pale leprosy back, hairy ass motherfucking cracker. You're scared of them all. The reason why you point him out and you have the most fear for this motherfucker, cause finally, you know, a cracker has came on the scene that is talking and acting like the rest of them feel. You just been getting tricked by the rest of them. Tell me this then. What's the difference between Kennedy and motherfucking Trump? What's the difference between FDR and Trump? What's the difference between Clinton and Trump? What's the difference between Hillary and Trump? Not a motherfucking thing. And you better wake up and smell a motherfucking coffee. You know, I'm gonna come back with some other topics. I got a couple of more stories and a couple of more issues that I want to share with y'all, you know. But until we see each other again, till tomorrow, Hotel Black Power.